Alright lads and lasses, I'm Eccentric Racer, and I am back on Forza 4 for another King of the Mountain. This time, we are probably going to run the only front wheel drive car that will actually ever make it to the top of S-Class. Don't know though, this is the Seat Leon SuperCup. Basically, it's a one-make Seat Leon sort of touring car. Anyway, so yeah, I was pretty curious about this one to be honest, because like I said, it's probably going to be the only ever front-wheel drive car that's going to run up here, and you know, it's probably not going to be ideal for the mountain. You know, a lot of low-speed acceleration zones and a lot of places where I'm going to have to put power down, so a fair amount of it is going to go to the front. I know it's got aero at the front and things like that. I can't really change that. Anyway, the things this car has going for it, it already starts off pretty damn light. Decently powerful, 295 horsepower, 250 foot-pounds of torque, and like I said, 2,400 pounds. So the acceleration, it actually isn't too bad. Plus as well, this car's already on race tyres. What I'm going to do first though is put in a diff. Question is, do I take out a lot of the weight? It's going to go to about 2,100 pounds if I do that. Yeah, I'll put it in for now. I might change my mind halfway through. We'll find out. Right, power. Let's put on you. Let's put on you. You. Go on. Put you on as well. And you. Yep, that's going on. Ooh, I can't quite fit on a turbo. I might actually put on a turbo instead. If I put you down, put on that, and then I can get a better gearbox. I'm still a little bit down on PI. Have I put in race brakes? No. That. Okay, I'm still a smidge down. Okay, so what's that? That's going to be 10 horsepower for, that is 13 pounds, or I can get 14 horsepower for over 100 pounds. I'm just going to have a look at stats. 6. Do I want less power, less weight added, or do I want more? Hang on a minute, how much weight does that add? Adds, so for 14 horsepower, that is, what's that, 20, 30, 33 pounds, or 10 horsepower, but only adds 13. I think I'm going to go for that, race oil and cooling. Right, okay, that is the SuperCup and build. I'm not holding, I don't think it's going to be beating the benchmarks. However, I reckon it might be an interesting one, I will admit. But we will wait and see. Let's take it up to Fujimi Kaido and let's see what we're dealing with. This is going to be an interesting one, because what's got is handling, but doesn't have the drive line. Because I couldn't swap it either. Well, not that I'm allowed to. Unless it's necessary. Alright, so here we are at Fujimi Kaido, giving the car 3 attempts to beat that Nissan Skyline R32 with a 4:33.2. I don't think this is going to do it. I think the logical target will be the R37. So, well, that's probably going to be its rival goal for. Whether it'll beat that, I don't know. What this car has, though, is the handling. You know, it is it's a pre-tuned, it's a race car. But we'll wait and see. It's got good power. It's actually very light. It's just that it's front-wheel drive. So we'll see how that affects things. Yeah, it's going to be struggling a lot off the start. Again, power's going to be tricky to add. It's not, doesn't have really the acceleration either, but like I said, what it does have is the handling and the braking. So we'll wait and see. Oh, that is way too much speed into turn 3 and 4 there. Oh, yeah, that's me getting on the power a little bit too early, to be honest. Trying to get the car at the corner is just going to drag it wide. I need to be actually quite careful with how I do apply the power, because, well, 500 and, well, I think it was like 16 horsepower, 513 horsepower, something like that, is quite a lot to go through front wheels. Yes, it's got a diff, and yes, it is on race tyres, and yes, it does have proper aerodynamics. However, that can only do so much. Oh, okay, that was a little bit, I turned in a little bit too early, didn't actually have that much understeer. So I just need to be, really, I just need to be pretty careful on the throttle through the corner, and then I can get onto the power out of it. Because, well, you know, it's, oversteer's not really going to be a big issue, because if I'm going to get the car sideways, I can just boot it, and that's going to, you know, straighten the car out. Okay, I'm going to have to drop it into first gears. We'll go through the 4 hairpins. Yep, just drag the car through. Come on. And through. Put it in the second. The wheels are spinning like mad, but there's not really much I can do there. And out the final hairpin. End up towards the water chicane. And yeah, it's already 2 minutes in. We're not quite halfway there. Can I take this corner flat out? Yes, I can. That was actually quicker than what the Skyline did, because it just has that much handling, but I just got to be careful with the power. Come on. Right, okay, we're at the 50% hairpin. So far, to be honest, I don't think this is actually being a terrible run so far. Yes, I went very wide out of turn 3 and 4. So, you know, that's going to cost a little bit of time. However, it is actually dealing with Fujimi quite well, actually. I'm going to put it down in the first. That was a bad mistake by me, going on the power a little bit too early. But yeah, the handling is there, I will admit. It does have pretty good handling, this thing. It's just not an ideal driveline, as we're heading up now to the waterfall car park. Get it up, there we go, on the power. Oh Christ, come on. What is going to be interesting is what is like up the mountain, sort of at the top of the course with that long straight. What speed are we going to get? Because I'm not, like I said, it is very light, roughly 2,100 pounds, and it does have 516 horsepower. So, you know, it is decent power to weight ratio. It's just what's keeping it in this class is its front wheel drive capabilities, because I couldn't actually swap the driveline if I wanted to, because A, it wasn't an option, but B, it got to the top of S class. Right, okay. Now this is just going to be all power. Let's see what we're going to be getting. Are we going to get more than 126? We're doing 120. Oh no! Again, that is another 126. So it is similar to the Skyline in that respect. However, the Skyline is just going to be better overall. Oh, come on, get it on the power. There we go. Yeah, the front wheels are just spinning like mad, and we're getting now up through the couple of the final corners. The car's just dragging wide a little bit. Gonna get it on the power. Round the final corner, it is completely flat. Okay, a 4:43.184. A first run, that isn't too bad actually. That is not terribly far off what the 037 did on its first run. However, that was a pretty bad run from me in the 037. So, this is going to be an I don't really know if I'm going to be able to get that much more time from the Super Cup as we prepare for the second run. I've just got to be a little bit more, just a bit more careful with the power, just applying it. I've got to be a little bit more careful with it, so it doesn't just understeer into oblivion. That was a pretty bad start by me, actually, I will admit. I can get it through first 2 corners. It's actually decent in that regard. Through the first tunnel, we're doing getting up to about 120, so I can be late on the brakes. I was actually a little bit too much on the brakes, to be honest. Actually, clip the inside wall. Okay, just be a little bit more gentle on the power. Get a much better run. There we go. The front end, not quite lifting off the ground. It's not quite getting airtime through that little S section, but pretty close. So we're going through now, through here. Yeah, it is just planting this thing. It's just that, you know, the obvious downsides of front wheel drive, especially with a lot of horsepower. I'm actually now being a little bit too slow through the corners, trying to just not let the car understeer wide. Come on, get through, be a little bit more off the power. Just, you know, it's gonna drag itself wide, go into the straight now, and then boot it over a little crest. Not quite. I think the wheels are, I think it went ever so slightly light over the crest. However, we didn't get any air time whatsoever as well. Heading up towards the double left-handed into the 4 hairpins. Again, just put it in the first. There's a lot of stability in this because obviously the rear is just there to balance the car out. All of the work is being done by the front. I probably should have shifted it into second there. Yeah, probably should have shifted it into second so I didn't just bounce off the rev limiter. But well, the 4 hairpins heading towards the water chicane. Again, this corner is flat out. Yeah, it's taking it similar speed to the Nissan, probably a little bit quicker, just because of the better handling that this car possesses. And we are heading up towards the 50% hairpin, which is now. So we are halfway through the run. This is feeling to be a little bit of a better run. I am actually learning a little bit more about this car, that I can't, you know, if I'm not an idiot with the throttle, I can actually get it through these corners relatively decently. So really, that's what I need to do. Just be gentle with the throttle. Don't use all 500 horsepower. That's just going to drag the car wide until I do have a bit of straight road where I can then just unleash all of the 500 horsepower. Heading up towards the waterfall car park. Again, the front wheels just squealing as I'm trying to get the power down. We're through there relatively fine. It's just going to be a slight bit of, well, I mean, to be honest, off the power, it doesn't really understeer that much. It's a very fun car to drive, actually. A lot of fun. I do recommend, if you do ever have Forza 4, you know, just drive the Super Cup for a little bit. It is actually a good amount of fun, this thing. Oh Christ, come on. Good through the corners, and you know, that's its main strength. It doesn't really have a great top speed, but what are you going to do? Oh god, come on. Right, we're heading up now to this hairpin, and then we can start to unleash the power. Probably a little bit more of a dodgy run this time. However, we shall see. Get it in a 4th, coming to a little bit more than 126. Doesn't really have the acceleration. I'm going to be a little bit later on the brakes because the braking in this car is actually pretty good. And we are through safely. Get it round here. There we go. Get it onto the power. And we're all just struggling a little bit, but this did feel like a better run this time. I have to put it in the first. Get it round here. Leave it in first. Oh, had a little bit too much turning, a little bit more than I was expecting. Come on the power. Oh, okay. That actually wasn't that much better of a run, a 442.9. Oh, okay. So I do actually need to push this car that little bit more. Yeah, it would be amazing if, you know, if it would actually be able to get a sub 440. That would be an absolute miracle. I didn't really expect it to happen, but this is the final run. Now I know what this car's a bit more like. Oh Christ! So I just need to be a little bit more. I could be a little bit more aggressive, more than I was last run. There we go. Get through the first two corners. Get a big amount of air time. Right, this corner, I can be braver. There we go. That's more like it. That corner's actually really nasty. That is a pretty challenging corner, I will admit. I do like it. Right, through the S's. A little bit of a better run this time. I could feel the front wheels lifting off ever so slightly, but we're not getting air time. Not like the other cars. A little bit more like the Audi Quattro, just not quite having the acceleration to actually get some air time out of the S's. It's just fighting its way through up the course here. Come on, that corner there is actually quite a nasty one, because you're turning in, but in this I need to be on the power a little bit more, so you know I don't just clatter the wall and then need to get off the power again to get it through the corner. I am actually really enjoying just sending cars up this mountain, up for Jimmy Kaido, to see what they're like. You know, compared to what a lot of people did, where they would just drift up here, which you know is fine and all. It was a fun area to drift when I could be bothered to actually do it. However, I much prefer doing this proper hill climb series, more of this type of thing. It's more my cup of tea. Anyway, through the 4 hairpins. Again, just struggling to get it through a little bit, but we're out now. There we go. Just get on the power, because I can. Not quite going to hit 100 miles an hour. A little bit too much understeer there. I was on the power a little bit too early, but again, we can take that water chicane completely flat with no issues whatsoever. I'm going to be a little bit early on the brakes. There we go. And up towards the 50% hairpin. This is feeling much more like it. This is feeling like a much better run this time. Getting on the power now. Oh, again, I was on the power a little bit too much, trying to actually get the car turned in, so I did miss that corner quite substantially. Through the next corner decently, getting some, just going for early apexes so I can get on that power. And that's going to drag the car wide. That was a little bit of a dodgy corner there. Again, I am trying to push this thing. I am pushing, and I'm probably pushing a little bit too hard in cases. That's just going to drag the car wide. Get it through here, heading up towards the waterfall car park. Gonna do this bit decently. Yeah, get a little bit more on the power. I suppose that is one good thing about it, you know, if you're noticing you're getting too close to the wall, you can just get on the power, and you on the inside wall, sorry, you can just get on the power, and you just drag yourself wide and things like that. This is going to be, so far, I've not actually collided with the wall. I've probably jinxed myself now, but that little sort of tightening corner there wasn't done too badly. Again, I'm just trying to fight it through, as we're now, front wheels are just a little bit too much there, just getting dragged wide. Come on, get it through. Right, onto this straight for the final time. I don't think I'm going to be able to do more than 126. I can feel the car's not really getting over its power down efficiently. Again though, only managing to get 126. And I probably didn't want to actually put it down at first. I think I'm just trying to put it in the first gear so I can get the car turned into the corners a little bit more efficiently. There we go. Get it through. We've got this hairpin. Again, just driving the car wide. Get it on the power. I actually got a decent run this time. Oh, I turned in. I was off the power a little bit too much. Round the final corner. Oh, I'm pushing too hard. There we go. A 4:42.65. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting a hell of a lot from the Leon SuperCup. However, I will say it wasn't as far down as I thought. I thought I was going to be much higher into the 42, 45s even. So, you know, a 42.6, it is at the bottom. However, it isn't actually the worst thing in the world to drive. But yeah, this is probably going to be the only front-wheel drive car that will actually ever go up the mountain. You know, just because, well, I managed to actually get to the top of S-Class, leaving it front-wheel drive. But B, you know, front-wheel drive's just not going to be ideal for S-Class. It might work in the lower classes, where you're using a lot less horsepower, but not in S-Class when you can get away with cars well into 800, 900 horsepowers, and you're trying to shove 516 through the front wheels. I don't even know how wide the tyres are, but yeah, it couldn't quite get quite close to the other cars. However, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world to drive. And unsurprisingly, the Seat Leon SuperCup will fall into last place, almost 10 seconds down on that R32, and another almost 4 seconds on that R37. Yeah, it shouldn't be a surprise, to be honest. You are asking a lot of the front wheel drive cars. You know, front wheels, as you know, they're gonna have to deal with both the power and the turning. So if you're shoving a lot of power into it, it's going to really struggle to get out the corners. Some of the slower ones as well. The acceleration is not going to be there. The launch especially. However, the SuperCup was actually a lot of fun to drive. You know, the turning was a lot more. There was a lot more to it. A lot more turning, sorry, than I was actually expecting. You know, I was able to step the back end out just a little bit, and that was helping the front end get turned in a little bit as well. But yeah, Leon SuperCup will fall into 4th place. There might be one or two couple more front wheel drive cars that will be able to get to the top of S-Class. However, you know, they're going to fall into a similar category of the Leon SuperCup. They're going to be at the back of the field. I will be surprised if any actually make it up, especially with the demands of Fujimi Kaido. However, that is going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, do the stuff YouTube algorithm likes. Yeah, if you're enjoying the series, you know, let us know. If you have any specific requests on cars, leave them in the Discord, or in the YouTube comments, or join the Discord and, you know, tell me that, oh, I want to see this car go up Fujimi Kaido. However, that's going to be it from me, and until next time, ciao for now.